Good afternoon. God bless you all. Everyone knows I like to stay clean. My car is dirty, man. I can't take it no more. Even though it's a gloomy day, it still needs a wash, and I need to clean her out, the inside. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm also going to show people how to properly wash their motors without washing their motor. I don't need to wash my motor right now, nor do I feel like it, because of the problems that you can run into. And this is why I'm going to go over some things with everyone after I wash my car. So, well, I'll go over it now. Why not? So the main thing people do, they fuck up when they wash their motor. They want to wash their motor on the car, which you can. You can wash your motor. It won't hurt it. Is you must leave your motor running. Don't turn your motor off if you do this. And the reason why I say this is the motor is hot, right? You pull up into the car wash, right? The motor is made of metal, right? The motor is either made of cast iron, aluminum, or a mix of metals, right? It can be all different types of things, right? Plastics. Most motors are plastic. A lot of them today have, the intake systems and whatnot are plastic. This car has plastic on it, So you want to keep the engine running so the engine stays hot. That's what I was going to say. You want to keep the engine hot so when you spray the sprayer on the motor, right, it doesn't fuck it up. So we'll pop the hood. So when you do this, right, and the engine's running, you really have to worry mostly about water getting on the ignition system and inside of the motor, the actual, anywhere water can get in, really. You want to avoid those areas. Specifically, avoid them as much as possible. Cover them up. If you can put like a bag over this or, cover this up. If you really have to clean off your motor because of whatever reason, right, you can do it. Just make sure that you cover things up that are ignition-wise and air-wise, right? Other than that, that's about it. Just spray away from stuff, and then spray it. So what happens though, when you grab this and you spray it, the water is a different temperature when you're spraying it, it will cool it down rapidly. So that's what will crack the metal. You'll have a crack in your motor. You can ruin your shit real quick. And if you do wash, you're ever having problems, most likely water is down in your cylinder head between the spark plugs. So you got to suck the water out. That's what this car was actually having problems with. So the reason why I got a good deal on it is it had that Ford racing cover on it, right? They had these aftermarket plugs on it, right? These wires. The wire was bad. Not only was the wire bad, right? The cylinder was filling up with gasoline, right? The number one cylinder, if you look down there, it was corroded all the way around. Water was getting down in there. So therefore, the spark plug boot wasn't sitting correctly, and it wasn't sealed. That was the problem in the first place with this car. And it was backfiring and popping like crazy. They didn't need plugs. But that was mainly the most of the problem. The second problem was behind this charge pipe right here, there was a hole in there. They had it covered up with tape that dried up. The tape wasn't sealed anymore. Just like I just covered up with mine with tape, which I gotta get an intake system. I bought one, but it didn't fit right. I didn't like it, and I needed a bigger pipe. But I had a good deal on it. I was gonna try to keep this one and get like more cold air coming in, but it didn't end up working out that way. So I ended up using this, which I mentioned. I got that off a Ford Ranger and just popped this in there for now. But yeah, that's how you properly wash an engine. You have to have it running, and then make sure you, even if it's a V8 and stuff like that, just make sure you stay away from everything as far as like the spark plug wires and stuff. You know, all I did was take you can like use a turkey baster to suck the water out, or, you know, I think I put like a t-shirt on a screwdriver, a long ass screwdriver, and I shoved it down in there, right, and it soaked up the water, and then I scraped up all the stuff, all that corrosion. You'd see there was a bunch of scale, like, you know how like you go in the bathroom and the shower and you see that ring, that calcium fucking buildup? That's what was inside there, and that was causing a lot of problems. Therefore, you know, they were frustrated with the car. You know, they needed the money too. They were ready to get rid of it. You know, there was all these different reasons for them to get rid of it. Therefore, I was able to get a really, really good deal on a car that is very, very, very special. You won't see one like this. You won't find one like this. Not from factory. That's for facts.